Hello, everyone, and welcome to the First Nation Municipal Community Economic Development Initiative, otherwise known as CEDI, Phase 4 Accelerated Program Informational Video. My name is Daniel Nychuk, and I work for Cando, and am one of the CEDI program officers assigned to the Phase 4 Accelerated Program. This video is intended to provide background information on the CEDI program, as well as provide some important information on Cohort 3 intake for the Phase 4 Accelerated Program. First, I would like to take a little bit of time to discuss the code delivery partner organizations for the CEDI program, Cando and FCM. Cando and FCM are two distinct organizations with unique cultures, processes, and policies. While we differ in organization size, we each have unique strengths that we bring to our partnership. We are both membership-based organizations and have two separate mandates. Cando's mandate is to support Indigenous communities to build capacity in economic development. FCM's mandate is to bring together Canadian municipalities to speak with one voice to influence federal policies and programs. Since 2013, Cando and FCM have co-designed and co-delivered the CEDI program together. Over the many years, we have learned a thing or two about working together as two unique and separate organizations, and feel it is important to share with you because this is what we practice and what we're going to ask your communities to do to work together to be stronger together. The SETI program operates with two main goals. The first goal is to support communities to establish sustainable and resilient relationships between elected officials, senior administrators, land management, and economic development staff and the broader communities. The second goal is to increase the capacity of communities to engage in and develop joint long-term land use and community economic development plans and initiatives. Now we're going to speak a little bit about the benefits of First Nation Municipal Joint Community Economic Development. As you know, First Nations and municipalities have different legislation, jurisdictions, and governance models. Although this is true, they have the same vision to improve the lives of members or citizens in their communities. When First Nations and municipalities team up with this shared goal, we see several mutually beneficial results emerge, which can include a stronger united voice for engaging with businesses and other orders of government, the increased ability to access funding from other orders of government, cost savings and more efficient program delivery, more opportunities for local business development and jobs, the ability to leverage the unique financial, human, and physical resources of each partner, and more coordinated planning efforts to improve land use, land management, and environmental resource protection. Now we're going to speak a little bit about the SETI Stronger Together approach. SETI uses a four-stage Stronger Together approach. While this approach is illustrated as linear, it is definitely not. Instead, it's fluid, circular, and iterative, and is led by the partner communities that we are working with. During your participation in the SETI program, your communities will address each of these four stages likely more than once. Stage A is the connect phase, where you will meet, begin, and build a stronger relationship, and formally commit to establishing a partnership and identify shared values and priorities. Stage B, the visioning stage, is where you will continue to engage in shared learning and identify shared vision for the partnership and possibly formally commit to a partnership agreement. Stage C is where you decide. The decision stage is where you decide on a joint community economic development initiative or initiatives and develop a strategic plan and work those plans as required to set up governance structure and manage the implementation of the joint community economic development initiatives. Stage D is the act and adapt stage, where you will work together to plan and implement the joint community economic development work plan and strengthen the partnership and the regional economy. Over the next few slides, we're going to overview some SETI program components. As a SETI team, we are here to provide third-party neutral support to your partnership. Over the course of this accelerated program, we will guide your partnership through the Stronger Together process and offer a third-party perspective through facilitation and process design. Formally, we will offer your partnership ongoing facilitation and process support, which includes facilitating monthly working group meetings, helping to promote shared learning and facilitate relationship building activities, facilitating collaborative work planning practices, which may include joint strategic and work plans, and helping to integrate wise practices such as working group terms of reference. The CEDI program also offers customized workshops. During Cohort 3 in Phase 4 of the CEDI program, you will be offered 3 to 4 workshops depending on your partnership's capacity. These workshops include elected officials and senior staff. The SETI team will come in as a third-party facilitator and will provide an inclusive process design. The workshop objectives will vary depending on the partnership, but will include relationship building, shared learning, which may include culture, history, governance, and jurisdictional learning, as well as joint visioning and strategic planning exercises. Finally, participation in the SETI program also provides grant resource support. There's a capacity development grant accessible to your partnership of $22,500, which can be accessed jointly through your partner communities. This is used to increase the partnership capacity and advance joint community economic development initiatives through your partnership. Now I'm going to go into detail and discuss some program expectations and important points about the SETI Phase 4 Accelerated Program, specifically Cohort 3. So for Cohort 3, we're going to be accepting 6 additional First Nation municipal partnerships. Within this, your participation timeline will begin in January of 2026 and will last until March 2027. As mentioned earlier, this cohort will have a $22,500 capacity development grant, which will be available for each partnership to access jointly. During this accelerated program in Phase 4, specifically Cohort 3, we want to emphasize that this intake is best suited for partnerships with one First Nation and one municipality that have a pre-existing relationship, preliminary ideas for collaborative community economic development initiatives, and that this accelerated program is intended to build upon pre-existing relationships to increase the collective capacity of First Nation and municipal governments to engage in long-term collaborative community economic development planning and initiatives. With this accelerated program, partnerships who commit to the time and capacity required for the accelerated program can expect to develop new jointly created processes for collaborative planning and community economic development, participate in shared learning and capacity development, build stronger relationships between elected officials and staff, advance planning for collaborative community economic development and land use planning initiatives, and establish joint strategic and work plans that can last beyond SETI program participation. Next, I will be overviewing your next steps for the SETI Phase 4 Cohort 3 Joint Application Intake. On the Partnership Opportunities webpage, which I will overview in the next slide, you can find the application information sheet and more information about SETI sheets. Please download these sheets for extra information about this cohort intake and to learn more about the SETI process and what to expect throughout the SETI program. To apply to Cohort 3 of Phase 4, you must complete the online Microsoft Forms application sheets. There are 3 parts to the application. Part 1 is a joint application form, which is to be completed collaboratively with your partnering community. Part 2 and Part 3 are the First Nation and municipal application forms, which are to be completed individually by each community. On the Partnership Opportunities webpage, you will also find a downloadable Word document application worksheet that can be used to fill out the applications before submitting them through the online application platform Microsoft Forms. The links to the Microsoft Forms application can also be found on the Partnership Opportunities webpage. Please submit your Microsoft Forms applications by our application intake deadline of Friday, September 26th at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. To find more information, or if you would like to learn more information about the SETI program, please visit our website at www.setipartnerships.ca. Here you will be able to access the Stronger Together Toolkit, community profiles of prior partnerships, and some wise practices and tools and resources to help you throughout the CEDI program. You will also be able to access the information and documents that I spoke of in the prior slide when you go to the contact section and find the partnership opportunities page. Here, you will be able to find those resources that I had listed in the previous slide. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. On that page at the bottom there, in the partnership opportunities, you will find the contact information for myself and Marissa Lawrence, the acting program manager. A reminder that the application deadline for this cohort 3 is at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time on Friday, September 26, 2025. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video today, and we look forward to reviewing your applications in the coming months.